Speaking of which, you know mediocre tutorials and reviews.
No, no, no.
So you know what happened with just Pearly things, right? With the whole Nick
Yes,
Fuentes
yes,
thing.
yes.
We had an episode on that. So mediocre tutorial reviews. He's a content creator in the Black Manosphere. He used to be friends with just Pearly things.
Okay.
They used to be buddy. Not I don't know if the word buddies is the thing, but they collaborated a lot, and it seemed like they got along well. And so she had Nick Fuentes on, and then he called. He's like, "Look, I can't." I'm paraphrasing here, but he was like, "I can't associate myself with you because of what happened." Blah 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 blah. Blah. And so that was it, right? Mediocre tutorial reviews about a year and a half ago had a terminal illness actually, and then that terminal illness he actually ended up beating it. But and I don't want to. I mean, he has this whole thing. He has testicular, you know,
Cancer? Or?
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
and they had to remove one of his,
Ouch.
yeah, and he had a whole. I'm not putting anything out there that obviously that
Yeah,
you know.
it's public information.
Yeah, and they had to remove one of the, one of his parts, and he put it out there in the open, and he said, "Guys, get yourself checked out." Good advice, good advice, gentlemen. Get yourself checked out. Get a physical. Blah 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 blah. It's important, right? So after him, a year and a half later, after him and just Pearly things stopped kind of collaborating, what ended up happening is, they were talking about him like a couple of days ago, and this one of these girls co-host, I guess, started making fun of him or something like them, or calling him like one nut or something.
Mm.
And then it was like it's messed up because it's like just Pearly things. People kind of like liked you, but you can tell a lot. You can tell a lot about a person, how they talk about you when they're upset with you, and when you're no longer like working with them. And that was messed up, and that was even more. I mean, I don't know what else you have to see about just Pearly things.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen her content. There has been a lot of downfalls, a lot of collaborators. I think, like you said, mentioned that don't want to collaborate with her anymore. Me myself personally, I used to like her content, man. I kind of stopped watching her. Of course, she comes up on my feed, but I don't click on her content anymore, man. Because,
Me neither.
yeah, I just don't. It seems like she's
A grifter.
Yeah,
She's seems like she's a grifter. All she does now is have regular talking points that everybody else has that aren't really hers. It seems. And then the moment you have a falling out with somebody, you go ahead.
badmouth them and.
Well, she didn't badmouth them. She kind of just laughed when one of her co-hosts
Oh,
badmouthed
okay,
her.
I see.
So if somebody was, especially something
Yeah,
that touches people profoundly,
That's,
you know
that's
what
a
I mean?
very sensitive topic right there too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the guy has no control over that. You know what I mean?
right. And that's the thing. Like just because the guy stood on his principles and stood his ground and said, "Hey, we're not gonna be collaborating anymore because of what you said. And these are things that I don't believe in. These are the values that I have, and these are things that I believe in and I don't believe in. And based off of that, we can't work together anymore." I mean, you gotta stand on something.
Yeah.
You gotta stand on something. And so I guess she was upset about it, or her co-hosts were upset about it, and his name came up in conversation, and they called him one nut or something very inappropriate.
Yeah.
And she was laughing. And like, look, I get it. In the content creator space, ad hominem attacks are gonna be par for the course. But certain things that touch people, that touch everybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I mean, if she would have just said like, "Hey guys, like let's not talk about that. It's kind of disrespectful."
Right.
She would have probably gained more followers. She would probably gain more respect, and it would have just showed that, you know what, this guy doesn't want to collaborate with me anymore. But so what? You know what I mean? I'll do my own thing, and
Yeah.
you know.
Grifters don't care about respect. I think
Yeah.
she's a grifter now. I'm convinced now she's a grifter.
I don't even know, man. I just stopped watching her content, to be honest.
Yeah.
It came to a point where she just. It seems like she really can't relate to the whole Red Pill movement thing.
But that
And it seems like she's kind of like taking advantage of that as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm speculating things, but that's what I got from it at a point. I'm
But-
like, wait, it seems like she has no experience nor say in this topic.
she's a rich girl.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I'm not knocking her for that. But you can tell when somebody's grifting hard.
Yeah.
And then you can tell what kind of person somebody is when they have a falling out with somebody and how they talk about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then based off of that, at that point, it's just like, all right, this is not a person who should be giving advice on anything. This is just a person who's a grifter who's just trying to take advantage of the loneliness of men. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Kind of like what do you call them? Culture vultures. Yeah.
it is. It is. I think there's just. I think most of the people in the red spill in the red pill manosphere space, they're just taking advantage of lonely
Yeah, they're
men.
just monetizing. They're like,
They're
hey, yeah.
monetizing.
Even though they can't really relate, nor do they have experience on the topic. Like, I mean, more the power to them, right? Like they're trying to help out men supposedly, but at the end of the day, I mean, the way I've seen things when it comes to something like red pill or anything in life, you want to listen to people that have experience and have
Right.
results and have lived through it versus like people that are like, like, yeah, you should do this and that, but like, have you lived it? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly, and just it's just giving advice on things that you have no idea about, that you haven't been through, like you said, that you haven't been through, that you have just no idea outside of what you read. That's why I like Elliot Halls. He's married.
oh yeah,
He's a
yeah.
Catholic man. He works out. He's about his stuff. Sometimes a little extreme for my taste.
You consider him to be part of the red pill?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think he is. But he's
He doesn't really ever like even use that word.
yeah, no.
He's just like, just being
I-
a man.
Exactly. The way I look at it is this: there's people who like you're a man. Here are things you're supposed to do as a man.
Yeah.
Here's what you don't tolerate from other people. There's another guy. I keep forgetting his first name.